wake-up juice. Are you guys having a good weekend so far? What's the highlight? Victor coming back and sitting down so I shut up?
Oh no, pick that mic back up, sir. That is how we're doing it. Guys, how are we doing today? Are y'all having a good time so far? I love it. I love it. Oh my God, we are celebrating 40 years of one of the most amazing franchises in all of cinema history. It's kind of crazy to think about, you know, how movies are today. You have these big premieres, we get to see it online, but since Doc Brown didn't actually invent the internet back then, we don't know what it looked like. So what was it like for the premiere of Back to the Future?
I wasn't there. I was in England doing the famous Family Ties Goes to England. It was the worst movie ever made.
What?
And I was in England running around like in the House of Lords, running around after all these House of Lords guys in their underwear. It's a long story you don't want to see. But anyway, so I missed it. And in the movie, I get this call from my agent, said, "You're the biggest movie in history, giant." And I said, "I'm in London, I can't get out." And he said, "Well, they love you here. They don't love me in England." And so I missed it. But I went to the royal premiere a couple months later, and that was great. It was nice to Princess Diana and date with her, and that was cool. And so, but I had no memory of the premiere. I didn't get to go. Sad.
Wow. Wow.
Did you go to the premiere, Chris? Did you go to the premiere of the movie, Back to the Future?
Hello.
I didn't pick mine up because I had mics in here.
I would expect I must have, but I don't have a clear recollection.
Shocked.
Listen, the 80s were a wild time. You might not remember those things. I get it. I get it.
Before the movie was released,
Right?
word of mouth started coming out.
Absolutely.
We were this little movie with a car and, you know, a nice little time travel movie. But the big movie from Amblin Entertainment, Steven Spielberg's company, was Goonies.
Well, it's a good one. It's a good
Don't
movie.
clap for Goonies at a Back to the Future
It's a good
event.
movie. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Goonies is a fine movie.
Yeah.
If you like.
Pirate ships and water.
Well, Goonies was the big movie. But as time went on,
Yes.
during the editing process, Back to the Future started to get its own, you know, momentum.
Absolutely.
Started building, and people saying, "This is really good. This is really wow." So we went to the night before the premiere was the cast and crew screening at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. So I go in there, I'm from Philadelphia, okay? I hadn't been in movies or anything. I was on a couple of TV shows and commercials. I introduced the concept of biscuits at Kentucky Fried Chicken. You're welcome. You're
That's
welcome.
you? That's
No,
you?
that's me.
Oh my God.
You're welcome. Enjoy the biscuits. So we come in there. It's a theater, a movie theater, but gigantic Oscar statuettes that frame the movie screen, and all sorts of directors and producers were there, all kind of Hollywood,
Right.
The Hollywood power brokers. Anyway, they played the movie, and the place went crazy. Since that night,
Yeah.
I have never seen a Hollywood, an inside Hollywood screening go like this. The ovation lasted like 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
They applauded like a standing ovation, the entire credit roll. People are reaching over, these big famous people. I'm from Philadelphia. I go, "Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable." And there was just an electricity to it that I think we all hoped, we thought it was good, right? We did our best, but nobody knows how a movie's actually going to be received. So when people went crazy, it was really quite something.
That's awesome.
And it opened big, big.
Make some noise for that, y'all. That was absolutely fantastic. A little fun fact. So Back to the Future was the highest grossing film of 1985. It did over $155 million that year.
It beat Rambo.
It totally beat Rambo. which is absolutely amazing. But considering that, so obviously, like you said, you didn't know that this was gonna be something, but when did you guys know that it was the breakout hit? What sort of word of mouth were you guys hearing to know that this was absolutely a smash movie?
When I was in England, they were sending all these reporters over, just tons of them coming over, and I thought, I'm going to be here for another week and come back, and why couldn't they wait until I come back? But they wanted to talk one another, get to talk to me first. So I got a sense that this was something really big, because they would have like tripped over Sylvester Stallone to get to me. It was really insane.
That's amazing.
And I had this TV show, and it was popular, and it was, you know, I chased around
Come on now.
I chased around the grocery store by teenage girls. And I used to what that was, but this was insane. There's a whole other level. When you're on television, you're kind of like people see you in their bedrooms and they see you through the crack of the bathroom door when they're sitting in there. You know, like you're just everyday folks. You're just in their lives, and they know you, and you're like Alex from 10 times. When you're in a movie, you're 30 feet tall, and you're in a place that's like a church. You're with other people, and they're quiet, and they're looking at you, they're looking up at you, and it's a whole other thing. So now like I was used to being this TV star, and you know, moms grabbed me by the cheek, to where I was like all of a sudden like this deity, like people weren't crazy. I thought, oh, that's strange. My whole life changed. It was a whole other level of recognition and fame and attention. So it took me a while to get used to it. I'm still not used to it. But keep up all the admiration, so I dig it.
Love it. Now, this movie has a little bit of something from everything in it, right? You got some romance, you got some action, some sci-fi. Do you think that's part of the reason why it has maintained such a strong fan base for the last 40 years?
Jump in, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, the story, everybody thinks about time travel. I mean, before time travel became a reality, people would think, wow, if I could go to this year or go to that part of the universe, time travel, or go back to the past and relive some moment in the past. You know, the Civil War, the Egyptian Empire, you know, and suddenly here's a movie where you can do that,
right,
in your imaginations. So it was like kind of a gift, and so I think that, and then it's a family story.
Absolutely.
You know, Michael and his parents and his brother and all that, and I thought it all up.
I love it. I love it. Make some noise for that, y'all. That's it right there.